Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another high elo casting. This time we're going over to the Korean server to spectate this high Grandmaster low challenger game. Both team comps have a little bit of spice in them. We see a Zed and a LeBlanc on the red side and a Vex on this blue side. With the Sylas in the jungle, he has been rising massively in popularity ever since the evolution of his crit build. Since that being disabled, he has now just sort of resorted to the standard AP, starting off with potentially the Rocket Belt and going on with that. We see Aphelios Neeko. Very nice to see an Aphelios. Very good scaling carry into the late game with a GP in top lane. GP into Renekton. Purely skill matchup. We'll be looking to see whether or not he can take that skill to the next level or if the Crocodile will take over this domain. Sivir, Karma, a very safe bot lane, allowing Karma to be able to roam freely throughout this game and just let Sivir chill in bot lane. She does have to be very wary of the Neeko. Potentially surprising her. And not too much shenanigans in the first minute and a half coming up to now. Sivir might take a little bit of poke damage from the Aphelios. Going to tank one auto, but all in all, nothing too serious. As Neeko now joins the Aphelios in bot lane. As Sylas is spotted on a ward that was placed on the Raptors. There's already some trading going through. GP with the barrels. Going to be able to proc the Comet onto the Renekton. And already it's looking like a little early trade as Renekton's going to lose a decent amount of HP. No Ignite in this top lane. Only Ignite being present on the LeBlanc in mid. But already we're starting off with some nice action here. As Renekton timing the barrel perfectly. As level 2s begin to come online, Sylas and Zed both pathing towards top. Zed seemingly a little bit further ahead, is known for his incredibly fast clear. As Renekton's going to go in on the level 2 here. Slice and Dice will come through as the Conqueror will be procced. Not much else to come out of that as GP backs off all the way. Able to stay back from the Crocodile. As LeBlanc and Vex in this mid lane here. Vex going to be looking to take advantage of the dashes that LeBlanc possesses, as Sylas is going to look for an early game gank here onto the LeBlanc, but Vex is going to go low. Clone will die to the turret as LeBlanc going to flash forward, going to be using that Ignite. Flash Ignite from LeBlanc used, and it's going to be a trade of kills here. As GP still looking to deal some poke damage. That Comet coming in very useful as it helps chip down the Crocodile in top. Now, as for the bot lane, nothing too interesting going on. But Renekton is going to engage onto the Gangplank, catching him off guard. The Slice and Dice being very useful there. If Renekton does get the stun off, GP can use that orange, preventing Scurvy. And Aphelios going to look to take a little bit of an engagement here as Zed finds Sylas and quickly pops him in the jungle. Not too much he could do as Zed reads him like a book. But Sivir will drop a little bit low, shielding from the Karma, going to prevent any more damage from being taken. But Neeko might be in a spot of bother here as she drops very low. Going to have to unclone here as LeBlanc goes in onto the Vex. The clone will be popped again for the LeBlanc as Sivir is going to drop relatively low. Hit by that Calibrum Q, but Zed is now paying a visit to Vex. Poke damage is going to come through, but she does not have the damage. No items online for her just yet. As the burst is not going to be there. Meanwhile, Aphelios and Neeko are going to be looking to engage. Sivir has the perfect spell shield, but going to get rooted up by the Karma. Sylas engages. Will he be able to get the follow-up kill onto the Sivir? He's just out of reach. The flash was used by both of them as he goes all in. The Zed's there to catch him off. He's not going to be able to kill the Sivir, and he will fall to the Zed. It's 1-5 here in the early game. It's not even 5 minutes in, and already we're seeing chaos unfold. We're already looking like we're going to see some more action, but Renekton decides, does he want to back off? This Gangplank is trying to set up a freeze here. Renekton needs to make sure this wave gets shoved in, shoving the Gangplank back. Going to be using the Slice and Dice to catch out the GP here. Orange will bring up a little bit of health back, but that Comet knocking Renekton there on even footing now, but GP down on mana. Renekton not having that same issue as he is able to push the wave in. Looks to get the plate as well with that Demolish proc. Will take it. Takes down the barrel as well, so there will be no Melon kombucha going around here from GP. There's no pool party today. It is just crocodiles in the water. Get out of the swimming pool. Renekton will take a turret shot. Means very little as he wants to look for the reset. GP now chucking the barrel down, but Renekton timing his W very well to be able to take that out of the equation. As NiKo teasing the bot lane a little bit, as Aphelios with Gravitum and Infernum here. Not a fantastic gun combination to have, as while it is amazing if you can get close, getting close is the issue. As an Aphelios, you do not want to be close to any of these champs, particularly that Zed. As Renekton sees an opportunity to potentially pick up a kill on the gangplank right here. He's going to stay under the turret, and Zed's here to pay him a visit. GP will come down, the Cannon Barrage will fall. Orange just popped early, but Zed is going to ult the gangplank, and he will be taken down. Zed going to be taking very low from the turret's shots as it tries to get Gangplank a consolation prize, but it will be for naught as Gangplank falls. And it goes to 1-6. Meanwhile, Vex going to be engaged on by the LeBlanc. Both are going to fall low. Vex gets the kill. Does she die to the Ignite? No, she survived on barely any HP in that mid lane. And now it is all going slightly topsy-turvy in this game. Looking at the gold, we see Zed going to be coming up to an item very soon. GP with that Sheen as well, but we see Zed very much further ahead in terms of gold against this Sylas, up about 25 farm and 3 kills. But Sivir going to be caught out by the root, as Karma's going to be rooted by that Gravitum. Chakram now available for Aphelios. Does not have the Q proc on the Infernum to be able to stack those Chakrams, but he will be closing in on level 6. Red, white, don't fight. It's the common saying, but Renekton going to stun up the GP here. Conqueror will be procced. It's just looking to get a decent chunk of damage here, but Zed is in close proximity with the opportunity to potentially come in and end this Pirates pool party. The stun will be coming through in a moment, and it's Zed who takes the kill. 4 for him. And it is once again turmoil for the GP. As Zed stays around that top side, that is almost definitely going to be the item up at this point, as LeBlanc looks to move into the bot lane. Puts the ward onto the red buff. And now, NiKo baiting out the Karma to move forward here. Aphelios has reset. Will he be coming back on the item? He'll be coming back on the pickaxe and 2 long swords. But LeBlanc is here to make some friends. She'll catch out the NiKo with the chains, but Renekton and Zed trading on the top side here. Going to be taking down GP before he can even get back to lane. No TP available means that he will not be able to get back to lane quickly, and he will fall further behind as Renekton proxies this next wave. As it's all shaping out quite dreadfully for this blue side. Zed's too far ahead. Renekton's not getting put behind. The GP can't get ahead. The silver lining is LeBlanc is not able to stay afloat in this mid lane. Vex being much stronger. As Zed picks up the Void Grubs here. 3-0. Renekton able to make it under his turret this time as Sylas looks for the chains on the Karma. Not going to be able to land it, but the GP's Cannon Barrage will come through. Sylas picks up the Mantra. Going to throw the Mantra Q at Karma. Going to be giving her a taste of her own medicine as Chakrams come through, but not enough damage to be able to take down the Sivir. It might have been red-white, and they looked for the fight, but under that turret it had already ramped up. So all they get is some blast to the face. And not able to pick up any kills on that bot lane. Sylas did get the Karma though, so there is a little bonus influx of gold, but is it going to be worth it as Zed will pick up this Drake here? Renekton now looking to stop the Gangplank's back. He's trying to keep him as far behind as possible. Can't seem to catch a break is GP, but NiKo's here in mid lane, gonna catch out the LeBlanc with the Tangled Barbs, but it will not lead to anything as she's able to just walk away as Renekton will stun up the GP. Going forward now, Conqueror will be proc. Will he pop the Dominus to be able to try and kill the GP? Falling to about 1/3 of his HP, down to 1/4. And he needs to be careful for that slice and dice, but Sylas is here and Aphelios is following suit, but could it be? It's one, it's the only, it's NiKo. Coming in from behind the Sylas as Renekton will move forward. The Dominus will be popped, and falling he shall to this Neeko who took the roam into top lane. As now Zed with the Eclipse, but Vex silently staying very far ahead of the LeBlanc here. Up 2 levels, has the Malignance. But Zed now, here in bot, looking to dive onto the Aphelios. He does not have the wave clear guns he needs to be able to clear this wave in time, and he will fall. Karma takes the kill. But that is the Zed ult used. Now Neeko, dressed up as Sylas, will look to try and make a trade here. As she looks to be caught out. Pot Blossom comes through, knocks up the Zed. He will go down. The Triangle Barbs catches him out as Sylas uses the Shadow Assault onto him. Canna Barrage will come through as well as Zed fails to fall. And that's a 2-0 as this blue side are grasping at straws, trying to find anything in this game. The Canna Barrage will also be used, but there is nothing this team can do. Down 9 kills, down a Drake. The question is, who gets the turret first? Is it this bot lane who have had constant pressure onto this Aphelios and Neeko? But Aphelios might be able to pick up a kill here onto the Sivir. Going to move away, and the Calibrim ult will miss. Moonlight Vigil not going to connect. Connection would have spelled disaster. Speaking of, it seems like Gangplank's being hit by a tidal wave in top lane as Renekton not giving him any kind of space. A massive CS lead for him. As Zed moves up to 6-0-2. 92 CS, up almost 40 on his counterpart. But not to sound too dire for this blue side, Vex is up 2-1-0 with 107 farm at 12 minutes here. Up almost just over 30 CS. And Zed is going to be the difference maker for this as Sivir moves into the mid lane. They're going to initiate a lane swap. Renekton TP's back into top, looking to apply as much pressure as possible, claim that turret and be able to get themselves some upgraded boost. Dominus will be popped as he goes under the turret. Slice and Dice will come through. Renekton is trying to cull the Meek here. He will wait for his partner in crime. Zed is there. The Sylas chains will connect. As he moves forward, Dominus will be taken up by the Sylas, but will it be for nothing as he will pick up the kill onto the Renekton as he falls under the turret. Zed taking 2 turret shots, but it will not be enough to take him down as the first turret falls, and that will be empowered boots. They managed to pick up a kill. But Neeko looking to try and get a return policy here and will shut down the Zed. Over 1,000 gold into the pockets of the little trickster. And she will be very happy with that initial burst. An absolute maximum here as LeBlanc just teasing Aphelios as there's a Seer Fruit appearing in mid lane. Who could that be? It can only be Neeko as Vex ult will miss. Karma escaping into the bot side jungle. LeBlanc now taking on the mantle of this bot lane, looking to try and work this turret down. Mid lane turret is the lowest for the red side as Sivir gonna miss time at the spell shield, will get hit by the root, but nothing comes from it. As turret platings look to fall, we see a 4k gold leaders. Now, Gangplank, Renekton, trading once again. Both junglers are on the bot side, so this is just man v Croc. Will we see Tumble of Death, or will we see Sivir get caught out by the Vex and instantly popped by the Sylas? Shut down she is as Gangplank looks to ruin the pool party in top lane. Slice and Dice might be available. Karma lands the Mantra Q, and Renekton picks up the kill. As this is becoming extra difficult for this blue side. Gangplank can't get a foot in. Zed is too far ahead, and even Karma at this point able to do massive damage with the Malignance. Zed now picking up the Cyclo Sword. Luden's companion for LeBlanc here. As the Rocket Belt's picked up on Sylas and Neeko. As we could see a potential fight here as the Bramble Barb will pick up the Karma. But is Neeko too low to be able to fight here? Sivir will chase her down, hunting down the little trickster. A flash will not be enough, but Sivir gets caught too far out. Aphelios picks up the kill and it's red-white. Don't fight, that's my advice. As Zed might look to just take him under the turret, and it's a millisecond before he's dead. He'll be saying 200 years in all chat as Zed picks up the kill on the Aphelios. Here comes Vex, in onto LeBlanc. The ult will connect as flashes are exchanged, and LeBlanc will fall in bot lane. Sylas with the Z ult. Death Mark, that's what it was called. Vex's Shadow Assault. Before I misnamed them, as looking very much for this Karma here. Had the flash available, not opting to use it. But as we go into this game further, still only 9 kills is the lead. Has been that for a while, but now 3k gold lead. Just about. As Aphelios might be in a spot of trouble here. If he steps too close, Zed will make his mark. As Renekton spots out Sylas, not able to catch him out on the recall. As Zed goes in, Deathmark will be popped. As Aphelios looks to try and land the Gravitum, the Severum Q, sorry. The ult will not connect, so he dies to the Deathmark. As the Blanc takes an engagement onto Vex, dealing a decent chunk of damage with that Electrocute. And there's almost no saving grace for this blue side as Sivir now works the turrets down. Tier 1 in mid lane will now fall as Sylas looks to try and pick up a kill onto the LeBlanc here. They're not going to fall for the clone, but LeBlanc will go forward. Going to be able to just leave without any more altercations, as using the body of her support to resist any possible attacks, as Gangplank's going to be dove upon here. Renekton's going to be going forward. Slice and Dice catches him off as Zed's damage is incredible. Looking to just hand the kill easily over to the Renekton. Cole the Meek will land and he will fall. 261 gold is how much the Gangplank is worth, and it is not looking good here as Malignant's doing a massive chunk of damage to the Vex. And 2 Qs is all it takes. As a Karma now looking to chase onto the Sylas. Will be able to connect the route, but Sylas flashes away. Looking to dash over the wall, but Sivir is there to meet him. Chains will not be able to connect, and Sivir will take the kill onto the Sylas. As Renekton is just having full reign of this top side. Aphelios worried at every turn, as he should be. Zed is once again here. No need for the death mark to proc as he falls in relative seconds. As this Zed 11, 1 and 3, 2 items up. It seems all but over, as we will see a third turret get taken. LeBlanc looking to take it, and that will be a FF vote. GG's.